I need to tell you something. You're not going to necessarily like this. Some of you need to leave. You need to leave. You need to leave the United States. You don't have months. Some of you might have weeks. Maybe.
If you're female, stop scrolling. Yep. Please do not get comfortable on this app. If you bank anywhere but a credit union, pull your money out now. Either get it in cash or transfer it to a credit union. Switch over your direct deposit. Anything that you get coming in, move it now.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my name is Maureen
and I'm Maren.
So in today's video, we're going to be talking about, or rather, we're going to be reacting to a couple of videos of Americans who are trying to warn each other and themselves about an impending doom that is coming to America. So in these videos, they're going to be also giving a list of things people need to do in order to prepare themselves in case of a crisis occurring in America.
Right, so guys, this is not the first time we are seeing of such. I feel like in the black community, a lot of people had that feeling of impending doom, yeah, but it speaks quite a volume, or it says a lot when you also see palm color people coming forward and saying the same thing. It's not to say that America is not great, but we can say that there was a time in America that things were really good, and right now, let's just say things are not as they used to be. Before we talk too much, guys, let's watch and then we come back and talk about it. Let us know your thoughts and opinion on this subject matter. Also consider subscribing if it's your first time here. Let's watch and then we come back.
Do not panic. Panic doesn't do you any good. It's just time to get organized. I will help you. If you made it this far, leave a golden heart in the comments. Now send this to any other female person you know. Age doesn't matter. Get as much overtime and as much work as you can by now, even off to the side. If you can make it in cash, even better. Get to know your neighbors, especially the women. Start setting up exchange programs in your neighborhood. Get to know your local farmers. Do as much as you can right now as if you're preparing for the loss of employment. Distinguish networks outside of social media. That means get on Signal, get on Telegram, and get each other's phone numbers. Start getting on those message boards. Print out a map of your community and your city. Track nearby and local bodies of water. And make sure you establish non-electronic forms of communication. Figure out non-electronic forms of food storage. Hit up Reject NOLA for Plan B, and try to get your hands on mifepristone. Any men who pursue you romantically, ignore them. If you have a wife, no you don't. If you have children, no the fuck you don't. Get a year's worth of clothes that have a utilitarian purpose. This isn't just for America, by the way. This is for women everywhere. If you don't have a physical, non-digital skill, now's the time to learn it. And don't forget to pick up a second language. Get a copy of all official documentation, birth certificate, passport, license, ID. Park your car in a garage, and if you don't have one, park it somewhere out of sight. Now is the time for self-preservation. Godspeed.
Some of you have spent the last 2 months pretending like this is not happening, like it's not coming, but it is coming. America is about to become a Christian nationalist fascist dictatorship. And some of you have been waiting for other people to stop this from happening. But it's happening. The thing is, by the time you realize that you have to leave, by the time you realize that you have to leave now, you may not be able to. You know, ostensibly we talk about the border wall and the border closing and closing the border, and it's easy to sort of imagine that that's just to prevent bad people from getting in, or quote unquote bad people from getting in. But the wall, the border, whatever you want to call it, is also going to prevent you from leaving. And if it doesn't, countries are not going to take former American citizens in 2 years or in 3 years when things are really bad. The logic is just self-fulfilling. If we mass deport people, those countries are not going to take those countries are not going to voluntarily say, "Oh, hey, Americans who don't want to be there anymore, come on over." It's not going to happen. So if you have a feeling that you're not going to be safe, or you're an immigrant, or you're gay, or you're a woman, and you feel like the worst part of your gut that's telling you you have to go is actually telling you the truth, you need to start looking at that now. I know that it's very hard and can be very expensive, and there are people who can't afford to leave, but you need to try to figure a way out. Not everyone needs to leave, but some of us need to leave.
4 things that will attract dangerous people after it all hits the fan. Share this with everyone. Being prepared is one thing. When it comes to survival, it's a whole different ballgame. First up, smoke. You might need a fire to cook or stay warm, but if you burn the wrong things like green wood, plastics, or rubber, you'll create thick white or black smoke that can be seen for miles. Now, this is an open invitation for people who are desperate. If you need to burn something, make a Dakota fire hole or keep your fire small and use dry wood to minimize smoke. Next up is smell. If you're cooking food, especially meat, that scent will travel far. And in a world where people are starving, that's like ringing the dinner bell. You have to cook, do it low and slow, and try to contain the smell. Because once they catch a whiff, you won't even see them coming. That sound right there is an announcement. Someone out there knows you have supplies and they might be willing to take them. Stay quiet, stay unnoticed, or be ready for company. And finally, we have to talk about light. When the grid goes down and the world's going to be darker than you've ever seen it, one candle, one flashlight, and you might as well be a lighthouse in a storm. If you need light, block out windows, cover reflections, and never let light escape outside. Survival is about more than what you do. It can also be about what you don't do. Don't be seen, don't be heard, don't be found. Stay dangerous and stay ready.
Hello, Alec, this is Apollo. My brothers and my sisters, we have to have a chat. This is serious. I'm going to ask every one of you to share this video manually to as many people as you can. If you don't do this, it doesn't reach, like it won't reach the people. And then those that watch the video that it was shared to, we need you to also share it 150 times and keep that going. So when you share the video, say in the DM share to please share it 150 times. We know that something's going to happen in the month of March, the Ides of March. Something that says that there will be 10 days of darkness, a 30-day event. The King of England, in a speech, said that this year would be a Jubilee year. A Jubilee year. In Washington, you're seeing a whole bunch of people move. So you're seeing the pieces move, my brothers and sisters. But something's going to happen in the month of March. And this is guaranteed. This is real information. And I say this with reluctance. And I say this with all the care that I have. We're going to have to do something fairly quickly. We know that something's going to happen in the month of March. I want all of you to stock up on food and water and other essentials. Don't delay. I know that many of you are probably already stocked up through all the strikes we've tried to do, but many aren't. Again, something's going to happen in the month of March if we don't stop it. In the next day or two, I'm going to set a new date for a new strike. We have failed in the past, so we cannot fail this time, because we are running out of time. And anybody who dismisses this, speaks ill of this, it is them that will be caught with their pants down. And they will regret not listening to us. But for those of you that understand, for those of you that have awakened, for those of you that know Something will happen in the month of March if we do not stop it. You can clearly see the pieces moving now. You see the attacks on us, the population, over and over. They've increased their attacks. I found out that Kentucky is flooding. Like I said, people, I've been right about everything. Over a month ago, I gave you a warning that something was going to happen, and did it? Well, of course it did. 2 months ago, before that, I told you about North Carolina and the coasts and the bells, how to dissipate their technology. Same thing as in Florida. So, is my intel correct? Well, of course it is. I'm trying to help you, my brothers and sisters. But in order to do that, you're going to have to step up, and you're going to have to help me. And together, we can still stop this. It begins by sharing the video manually now. Thank you for listening.
Welcome back. Let us know what you think about that episode on the comment section. I feel like it's been a long time coming, and a lot of people have been having these types of feelings, except in the years past, not long ago, people used to speak like this, but they would be viewed as crazier. But it's coming out that a lot of people are coming out, and these feelings are getting stronger, and people are feeling like there's an impending doom coming, especially in America, and they're feeling like they should be preparing for something just to be ready, just in case, you know. And you also look at a situation where, okay, let me just take you back a bit to the time when the pandemic was happening during 2019, around that time, yeah. And that's a situation that found people unprepared, but nonetheless, people had to deal with it, yeah. And then you see basic things like toilet paper were going out of stock because people were taking excess more than they needed, because they felt like they wouldn't be able to survive without. Yeah, so right now you find a situation where people are saying we need to prepare, we have to be ready, and a lot of videos, people are, even people from the military, they are giving a rundown of things to do, things you need to have in stock, you know, and you need to start as early as now when there's no shortage of such things that might be needed. So I don't know what your thoughts and opinion are on this subject matter.
Right, because you know, also when President Trump took office, and then when these planes started crashing, a lot of people on TikTok started getting scared, because guys, if you heard very well, some of the speakers here said that it will reach a point where some Americans, or just people in general, will not be able to travel in and out of the country. And then he further went on to ask if the borders that are being, the walls that are being created around the borders, is it to keep people out or to keep people in? And then also it kind of reminded me when the plane crashes were happening early this year, and then we started hearing on TikTok a lot of people saying that they were even scared of traveling, because right now with planes crashing, you never know when yours might be next.
Right, guys, let's also talk about the falling of the great empire, yeah? And I feel like that is what is happening in America right now. Not to say that anywhere else in the world everything is okay, yeah, it's not fine, but I feel like America is experiencing this shift a lot, because let's just say for a long time they've been holding the throne, and a lot of things have been done for them to stay on top, yeah. And right now, let me just say that shift is being felt, and it's feeling a little uncomfortable, and it's not looking pretty, neither is it feeling good, yeah. Definitely something is coming, something is happening, and the rest of the world, all of us are looking at America, because we are taking notes and we want to see what is going to happen.
And you know, it's not only America, because there was also just I don't know if it was early this month or late last month, there was rumors that a government in Europe, I don't know if it was UK, but it was a country in Europe, it was passing out pamphlets and leaflets to its citizens on how to survive in case a war came. And this was when they thought that they were gonna be having a war with Russia, which obviously didn't happen. But some of these things, you know, when people come here to talk, for me, I feel like personally, I would rather take the precaution of preparing myself rather than waiting to find out later, especially when a sister here spoke and said on the parts of females. With this Handmaid's Tale movie coming out, and also the Project 2025 rumored to be in effect, when she says that women need to prepare by looking for their money, and if you have money in banks, you need to have physical cash. Meaning what? You need to go to your banks and withdraw the cash that you have and store it well for the rainy days, you know. So I don't know what you guys think about this episode. You can let us know what you think about this episode down in the comment section.
My question is, before we close the show, for the sake of the sister who was talking about women needing to get their money out and women needing to prepare themselves, is it possible for us to have a place in a world where, let's say, should hit the fan tomorrow, is it possible for women to successfully have a plan where they'll keep themselves safe? For example, because not all women can be married, not all women have sons, and not all women have brothers or fathers that can protect their interests, so those ones who, to be honest, are just women who have only daughters, sisters, such type of women, can they successfully be able to exist in a world where things are crumbling? And assuming we take the precautions that the sister was advising, do you think like it's possible for what she was advising to be, to be in effect? Do you think women can successfully do that? I'd like to hear your thoughts on the comment section. Anyway, guys, I think we'll leave it at that. Let us know what you think about this episode in the comment section. Also, consider subscribing if you have not. Let's catch you on our next episode.